In the heart of the majestic Rocky Mountains, a young and vibrant river named Riley began his journey. He sparkled with energy, convinced that true strength meant flowing perfectly straight. Nearby, Rocky the Boulder, who had watched countless seasons pass, observed Riley with a gentle smile. Rocky understood the river's youthful pride, but also knew the wisdom of the old ways. Benny the Beaver, ever the hard-working builder, often saw Riley struggling. He'd watch from his dam, his tiny red scarf a cheerful splash of color, as the young river tried to force its way. Daisy the deer, with her gentle eyes and graceful movements, would often drink from Riley's banks. She wished her friend could find a path of less resistance, one that flowed with natural peace. But Riley was stubborn. He'd crash against hills and large rocks, refusing to curve. "A river must be strong," he'd declare, pushing harder, becoming more turbulent with each unyielding barrier. Then came the heavy rains. Riley, still pushing against every natural bend, overflowed his banks. His rigid course, once a source of pride, now brought destructive floods to the valley. Homes built by Benny were damaged. Daisy and other forest creatures struggled to find safe ground. Riley watched in dismay as his stubbornness caused widespread chaos and suffering. Seeing the devastation, a profound realization washed over Riley. True strength wasn't about rigid, unyielding force, but about adapting, about bending gently around life's unavoidable challenges. From that day forward, Riley flowed with a newfound grace. He curved around hills, flowed gently past rocks, and embraced the natural path, becoming a source of life and peace. Riley the river learned that true strength isn't about resisting change, but about the wisdom to adapt. Like a river, life's greatest journeys are found in the flexibility to bend, not break. High in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, a young river named Riley burst from a crystal-clear spring. Riley was beautiful. His water sparkled like diamonds beneath the sun. He rushed down the mountainside faster than any nearby stream, and Riley was proud of it, very proud. "I am the fastest river in the mountains," Riley often bragged. As he flowed downhill, he noticed something that bothered him. Most rivers curved and twisted around hills, rocks, and forests, but Riley wanted to be different. "I will stay perfectly straight," he declared. "Straight rivers are stronger." The older streams chuckled softly. "Nature doesn't always move in straight lines," they replied, but Riley refused to listen. One morning, Riley encountered a giant boulder named Rocky. The boulder stood directly in his path. "Good morning," Rocky said kindly. "You'll need to curve around me." Riley frowned. "I don't go around things." Rocky smiled gently. "Sometimes bending helps us move forward." "Nonsense," Riley replied. Then he slammed directly against the boulder. Water sprayed everywhere. But Rocky didn't move, not even an inch. Riley tried again and again and again. Each attempt only slowed him down. Meanwhile, nearby streams quietly curved around obstacles and continued their journeys peacefully. Still, Riley refused to bend. Days passed, then weeks. Riley became frustrated. His water churned angrily around every obstacle he encountered. Whenever trees, rocks, or hills blocked his way, he pushed harder. The more he resisted, the more exhausted he became. One afternoon, Benny the Beaver approached the riverbank. "Why are you always fighting?" "I'm trying to stay straight," Riley answered proudly. Benny scratched his head. "But you're barely moving." Riley didn't like hearing that. He ignored Benny and continued pushing against another rocky hill. Farther downstream, Daisy the deer watched quietly. She noticed something. The rivers that curved around obstacles looked calm and beautiful. They watered flowers, filled ponds, helped animals drink safely. Riley, however, spent most of his energy fighting things he could not change. Then, one spring, heavy rainstorms arrived. The mountains received more rain than ever before. Water rushed down every hillside. Riley grew larger and stronger. At first, he felt excited. "Now nothing can stop me." But soon, the extra water created a dangerous problem. Because Riley refused to bend naturally, the pressure inside his narrow channel became enormous. The water surged wildly. Riverbanks collapsed. Trees fell. Nearby animal homes became flooded. Riley suddenly felt frightened. This wasn't supposed to happen. Rocky the Boulder spoke calmly. "Water is strongest when it learns where to flow." Riley looked around sadly. He realized his stubbornness had caused problems for everyone. For the first time, he stopped fighting. Slowly, Riley allowed himself to curve around Rocky. The water moved smoothly, peacefully, effortlessly. It felt strange at first, then wonderful. As Riley continued his journey, he began flowing around hills and forests naturally. Flowers bloomed along his banks. Animals gathered to drink. Benny built safe beaver homes nearby. Daisy often rested beside the peaceful water. Months later, Riley reached a beautiful valley. The river was now wider, calmer, and stronger than ever before. Not because he forced his way through obstacles, but because he learned when to adapt. One evening, Riley smiled as the sunset reflected across his water. Rocky had been right all along. Bending wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. And sometimes the easiest path forward is not the straightest one. Being flexible and patient can make life easier. Sometimes adapting helps us move forward better than fighting every obstacle.